It's fully threaded radio special report.
The fastener mud race community was struck with news recently that has inspired a special edition of Fully Threaded Radio. Hello, everyone. Eric Dudas with you here again. I've got three members of that community on with me at the moment. GH3 from Brighton Best, Bob GQ Baer, he's the commissioner, so to speak, of this whole thing, plus Jake Valdez Davis, MWFA president. What happened was I was at the NCFA meeting last week. We had a dinner meeting. It went great. GH3 came in from Chicago to promote Fastener Week on behalf of the MWFA. And you dropped the bomb on us, George. You got some forewarning on this. This was the first I heard of it. What happened?
Horrid news, Eric. I'll tell you what, we full steam ahead, getting excited, ramping up for another installment of our Rugging Nuts team, and we had a lot of excitement going on. Leading up to this presentation that we had. I know a lot of people out there in the industry are excited and are working towards trying to jump on board the team, and so we're going to probably take our team, who knows, another 10, 15 strong, and all of a sudden, our leader and Bobby Wagner kind of informed us that unfortunately, Rugged Maniac went bankrupt, and we just lost an event that really kicks off and really starts a week that we have really come to love and adore. So looks like we're going to have to pivot, my friend.
Yes, a lot of people were hanging their hat on this event. I know several who have been training, several who had committed after a lot of consternation on the whole topic. And yeah, it's hitting hard. Bob, where did you get the info at first, and how'd you feel when you first found out? I mean, what's going through your mind right now?
Well, surprisingly to me, because we do have an actual rep for our team. We've had the same rep for the past few years now. And I've already been in correspondence back and forth with them this year, but it was a total surprise to me as well. Bobby Wagner was out playing around on the internet, went to their website, saw the message, and emailed the group. I went to the website, and I was just as shocked as everyone else. I did actually get a hold of our rep and emailed him and said, hey, what's the story here? A little warning would have been nice. And he said it was sprung on him as well in the last week, and they just shut down. There's a thank you for the mud and memories message, whatever that may be. And I found out basically that they shut down, went out of business.
It sounds a lot like what happens when companies go under. They don't telegraph it if they can prevent it. Suddenly they just have to shut their doors. So we're in shock and we're sad about it. Jake Davis, what was your spin when you first heard?
Yeah, very similar to George and Bob. Just completely took the wind out of our sails a little bit. Didn't see that coming at all, but just frustrated because I think the momentum that we had with over the last 3 years with having the Tough Mudder and two Rugged Maniacs, I thought, and we've had just some sustained growth over all 3 years, and just really excited to do it again. It's kind of becoming the official kickoff to the MWFA Fastener Week. So, just frustrated and a little bit disappointed. I hadn't started my training yet, so thankfully this pivot will allow me to maybe slow that down and pick that up maybe a little bit earlier than I did last year, which was the day of the race was with my training.
And, well, don't slow down based on that.
So, yeah, I'm confident that the mud race community, my fellow Rugged Nuts, will come up with something. But after doing a little bit more research, I feel like I can pinpoint it to two different things as far as the downturn and the bankruptcy. It's got to be Bidenomics or Craig Penland's pending litigation with the knee
the lawsuit that's coming. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So it's probably the latter. But no, that's all kind of tongue in cheek. But yeah, just an unfortunate But this group is resilient enough to go find something to replace it, and that's what we're working on.
Right. So we're going to talk about that in just a moment. And resilience is what mud racing is all about. So thank you for turning the tenor of this conversation, Mr. Valdez.
Mm-hmm.
You're the president of the MWFA for a reason. And so let me ask you this. When you were doing your planning for this year's Fastener Week, I mean, does the race, did that play into the scheduling of the overall week?
Yeah, we do take a good look at that and see what race kind of dates look at it, and what's on the calendar and what we feel like can fit. Certainly, we feel like it's got to be close to that mid August, what we've had in the past years, and thankfully, the last 3 years we've been blessed to have dates, going back to the first one, the inaugural Tough Mudder, and then the Rugged Maniac that just worked out. It's just almost very blessed to be able to have that date on each Saturday before Fastener Week kicks off. And like I said before, we've just seen sustained growth with more rugged nuts joining us, joining that community, and we were looking to try and maybe hit that 45-50 goal this year, and so we'll find something else, but yeah, we'll be all right.
The sad part is that had we known, 4 or 5 weeks ago, we could have pivoted. Maybe there's in Chicago area, there's events all the time, and we could have had a fair chance of pivoting the Fastener Week dates to accommodate a different race. But we got no notice whatsoever. Everybody's in shock by this.
And I think Francesca might have lost it if we said we needed to move Fastener Week dates after contracts were signed based on a mud race. So
yeah, for sure she would, and she should.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, maybe in the days when GH3 was president, that could have happened, but today I don't think. Yeah, it's not really in the cards.
Well, I mean, Eric, look, it's definitely an anchor, right? I mean, to Jake's point, we really do look at the calendar and we do try to make sure that we accommodate this day. There's been a lot of stock put into the camaraderie that we have built over the years. This team of misfits, if you will, in this industry have, really taken the bull by the horns and has really built a pretty unique thing. And so when people kind of talk about this and the day, it's just not a race. It's an entire day of collaborating, networking, and just getting to know each other on a more intimate level. It's really kind of allowed us to, run into this week and have a great week and kind of like put our stamp or our footprint on the year that we have, and it allows us to bond together as brothers and sisters, and it's unique, and I really have enjoyed it, and we're not going to let this hamper us or get us down. We'll come up with something.
Excellent. Okay, so let's turn the conversation to that topic. Who's been discussing this? What's on the table so far? And I know it's not decided yet, but are there any contenders for an alternative?
There are a couple things out there. We do want to have something. We're going to absolutely have something on Saturday. And not only does it bring the group together and get us started, but it gets people there, so they're there also on Sunday for the bed build, which is a very important part of our week, the big charitable event. So we'll absolutely have something. We've been tossing around a couple different 5Ks that are in the area. It seems like the one that has taken hold at the moment is in Skokie. It's not that far away from the event, 30 minutes or less. It's on Saturday. It starts at 11 a.m., so it's a little later than the Rugged Nuts are accustomed to. But it's a 5K, and it's easily doable. There are no obstacles. So, here's your chance to jump in, join the group without worrying about having to haul yourself over wall or through mud.
Burnt shoelaces.
Yeah, exactly. Jumping over fire or climbing up a rope ladder. And it looks like that might be the best choice. But by all means, we're still looking into it and putting things together. I know Bobby Wegner took the lead on that event. He's going to contact them, and hopefully we'll know something in the next day or two, and we'll get something out on it.
Was anybody looking at that carp wrestling event on the Illinois River?
I don't think we looked that hard, Eric.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
I think
I don't
you
think
might
we're
be looking
tuned
at
into your
different
channels
websites.
there,
Put that
Eric.
in the hopper.
It's a totally different channel than we look at.
Okay, so well, I know Carmen has been training actually like a warrior, and he's crestfallen at this moment. So we got to
Yes.
come up with something. I don't know
Yeah.
how many people who were really thinking about doing an obstacle race want to do a straight run, but I mean, if that's all we have, I think that we're going to all rise to the occasion. How do you like that?
I think that, we just, to Bob's point, we met Friday morning, just the three guys on this call, Bobby and Jill Lewis, and just talk through some things. And again, the great part about the obstacle race is doing it together as that rugged nut family. And I think that's our mindset going into a 5K or anything. Certainly, if we've got a faster friend that wants to try and win the 5K for his age group, then so be it. But our goal is that entire day. 11 o'clock start. That's what we end up and do. That gives us a little bit more pre-gaming time, the aspect of it. It's probably, even if all of us walk it, that's probably about a 45-minute walk. And then next thing you know, we'll be back. We'll be breaking bread somewhere, just like we did the last couple of years after the Rugged Maniac. So in our eyes, it's, start together, finish together. That will be the mentality in anything that we do, certainly this year and for the years to come.
All right, that sounds good. Same great motto, new event, and off to the bar.
Yeah, there are a lot of emails that, and I've been getting probably more than anybody because I'm at the head of this thing usually. But, Carmen with his, so disappointed. He was looking forward to getting muddy after seeing us for the last 2 years and running alongside of us. John Kovac, but mostly what people are saying is, look, the race is great, right? You can finish, you can kind of, so to speak, pound your chest and say, I did it. But the real benefit and the real networking and the camaraderie is at the end of the race. We all get together. We talk about who did what, and that'll still take hold. We'll still have the afternoon to do that, and so that's the best part about it.
And the swag will be there for sure. I mean, we can't go not mention the swag that comes along with being a rugged nut, regardless of what we do. So Bob and George and all the sponsors that we've been blessed to have throughout the years, that remains and just going to look different. But I think, like I said, it's going to be a fantastic event, whatever we land on. And I anticipate that we're going to have growth yet again.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you coming together at very short notice to do this. You might notice, folks, that the audio quality is a little bit different that we usually have in a fully threaded radio episode. That's because these guys scrambled and we're not using our usual gear. But again, I thank you for being here. And before we do close off this special short edition of the podcast, let's also point out that there's a full throttle Tough Mudder race the weekend after. Isn't that right, Bob? Now, that's not going to be in the cards for some people who are traveling in, but for a lot, it just might be. So we're going to have more details on that. Is that it, Bob?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Saturday the 24th, there's a Tough Mudder in Chicago up at the Rockford Airport area. And there are a handful of us that have already committed to doing it. We would welcome anybody attending the show to hang around in town. That show's over Wednesday night, so it's a couple days. If you can find yourself some work and keep busy and make calls, by all means join us on Saturday. We're going to do the Tough Mudder for sure. So if you're a diehard and you really were looking forward to an obstacle race, it's out there. You just need to massage your schedule a little bit.
George, are you on this?
Oh, absolutely. You know it.
Yes.
For those adrenaline seekers and those rugged nut connoisseurs and who, still want to get muddy and still want to, go through, all the obstacles, Bob and I are going to make that happen for you. Don't worry. You're just going to have to stay a couple extra days. And, Bob's got room at his house, so we'll probably have a slumber party.
Hey, Eric, I am going to ask for a hall pass on the Tough Mudder on on the 24th. I'll be giving away my only daughter the following weekend, and I feel like I'll have
Oh,
some
Oh,
duties
wow.
as I get back in town after Fastener Week. But I love the aspect of adding it. That Bob looked at that calendar, and I know they've already got probably 6 to 8 people that are all in. So men and women, just kudos to those guys to keeping the tradition going too.
Right. Well, that's congratulations to you. And like we say, it's not going to be in the cards for some people, but it'll be another great year from start to finish. And it'll be, hey, look at it this way. It'll be a little bit longer this year, the week.
Exactly. We just extend the week a few days. And listen, Chicago's a great place to get stuck in the summer, right? So it's not like you're at the North Pole or anything.
Let's just hope it's not 115.
Exactly.
All right, Rugged Nuts, Bob GQ Baer, Jake Valdez Davis, and GH3. Sure do appreciate you guys coming on. We'll close it out there, and we'll talk to you folks well in advance of our next episode, and certainly in advance of Fastener Week. But just to reiterate, the Tough Mudder Race as we've known it for 2024 is not going to come off. We'll have an alternate, and it'll be a great thing. Stay tuned for Fully Threaded Radio and elsewhere for details.
Fully Threaded Radio is a production of Fastener's Clearinghouse.